want to say that I'm so sorry. Only I open my Instagram. My life. I am so sorry.
Somebody trying to make this all about her, weeping for people, in some cases I've seen rapists and murderers. What?
I know what you should do. Your net worth is at $1.3 billion. And you're a U.S. citizen, so you could sponsor a migrant.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you are. Candace Owens just roasted Selena Gomez. Well, Candace Owens and most of the internet for that matter. But Candace Owens on her podcast, This Was Gold. Let's get to this first clip, and then I have a few other clips I want to share with you of Piers Morgan and just some TikTok clips that have been terrific. Let's get to the first clip of Candace Owens.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. Only people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise. I'm not laughing, you're laughing. So first and foremost, it's funny first of all, she put a little Mexican flag, something like, I don't know. Everybody like loves a flag during debates, like a Ukrainian flag, an Israel flag, and now we got a Mexican flag, and she's just trying to like relate to the people, like, oh. But this comment, I was in stitches. This user just wrote underneath that, you know, he's like, girl, he used the B word, B-I-T-C-H, can barely even pretend to speak Spanish. And yeah, here she is just like relating to the amigos. And there's another reason why it's also funny. And so I want you to love with me, irrespective of what you think, even if you're on the left and you just love the idea of, I don't know, mass illegal immigration, you have to acknowledge that celebrities in general, like their solution to problems are funny because regular people, it's knowing that she set up her phone to cry that really gets me because it disturbs me. It's like what I said last week. Celebrities don't know they're insane, right? They don't know. I don't know how much money has to be in your bank account before you trip over into the insanity. I don't know how much money you have to have before you start sending text messages about being Daenerys Targaryen and having little monster dragons. Like I need to know what that number is that hits in your account where then you're like, I'm just crazy. But I guess they're called eccentric because rich people are called eccentric, poor people are called crazy. But that level where they get to eccentric, where it's picturing her setting up for that makes me laugh, right? So you have a feeling coming on. Imagine you in your life, like something happens, I don't know, you start crying hysterically, like nobody grabs their cell phone. Think about the steps there, right? Oh, I'm sad. I open my Instagram. My life. I am so sorry. My life, is it going? Is it going? Okay, it's live. Bad sir. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is happening. It's weird. It's the moment of consciousness that is weird for me, that you're thinking about your family. It tells me you're not really sad because when you cry and you're actually super upset about something, the last thing you're thinking about is social media. You're not trying to capture social media. So this only works if you're being filmed. Like, okay, if you're on a reality TV show and then you're being filmed and so somebody captures you crying, then I might be like, oh, that's actually really sad. Like, you know, Kylie Jenner's crying, obviously doesn't want the production around to capture this, but she's her own producer. She's her own videographer and she's crying. So I think it's weird and I think it's funny and I think it's okay for us to objectively embrace the fact that Selena Gomez crying on Instagram is funny. And we have to tell them that it's funny and it's weird so they stop being weird and funny in that way. So anyways, just wanted to show you that. Selena, no hard feelings. Seriously, I hope you have an amazing wedding, but it's a little annoying that you did that.
These Hollywood people, who films themselves on camera? She's correct right now. Who films themselves crying on camera? These people are ridiculous human beings. This is someone who's worth north of $1 billion. She could easily do something for these migrants. As Charlie Kirk points out here, Selena Gomez sobs uncontrollably amid ramped up deportation of illegal aliens. Where was the sobbing when over 100,000 Americans died of fentanyl? Exactly. There's nothing good that comes from having an open border. Let's get to the next clip of Piers Morgan.
So far, a bunch of illegal immigrant criminals, including some despicable people, by the way, with despicable crimes, have been deported, that this is the correct response. Now, there's a lot to unpack there, but you should know that she almost immediately deleted it because the instant reaction from Americans was to absolutely ridicule this absurdly narcissistic response from somebody trying to make this all about her, weeping for people, in some cases I've seen, rapists and murderers. What is she crying about?
In some cases, like right here in my state, it was a U.S. citizen and veteran, Piers, that was also detained without a warrant at his place of work. So, I mean, if you want to talk about the rapists and criminals that are being detained, but you're just going to not refer to those situations as well, I mean, we're not really painting a full picture. And I want to just stop really quickly on the emotion that she expressed there. We are traumatizing our society as we speak. We are traumatizing our children. There are kids in my town where I live. My kids are almost 12 and 15 years old, and they ask me every day. My friends want to know when their parents are going to be taken, and will they have to go too? And if they don't go, who will take care of them? There was a video that went around my town last night that children here thought was real of ICE coming and taking kids out of their homes.
So let me ask you.
This
let me ask you.
Let me
ask you. Okay, Jojo, let me ask you. So do you believe then that it is entirely correct and proper that illegal immigrants who've entered the country illegally and are then criminals who've broken the law, that they should be allowed to stay? And what about the million people who've already been processed for deportation under the Biden administration but weren't actually deported? Would you keep them as well? In other words, for you, is there no limit to what people can do? They can come in illegally, they can break the law with impunity, they can be processed for deportation, but still you want to keep them in America. Well, what are you saying? It's important to clarify it.
This is to all you fuckers that are concerned about this mass deportation, saying, oh, who's going to work the fields? Who's going to pick the fruit and the nuts? The unemployed DEI people. They're going to need a fucking job. They can do it.
Thought this tweet from End of Wokeness was great. Selena Gomez, when 300,000 migrants' kids go missing, versus Selena Gomez when criminals are being deported back home. I mean, the roast of this young lady. She deleted this clip, right after it posted, obviously. This is from Benny Johnson, who hit the nail on the head here. Selena Gomez is American. Her mom is American. Her Mexican father abandoned them. She went from living in a small town in Texas, great American state, to this $5 million palace in LA. The hypocrisy of these people is real. Let's get to the next clips.
Okay, Selena, so you did this video crying over the deportations of the illegals, and you said, I don't know what to do, okay? I know what you should do. Your net worth is at $1.3 billion, and you're a U.S. citizen, so you could sponsor a migrant. I don't know, that's a crazy thought. You could sponsor a migrant. $1.3 billion. That's peanuts for you, okay? And the other thing, you could go to Mexico and create businesses in Mexico. In the video you said, my people, my people. So you could go to your people, create businesses in Mexico and give them the economic opportunity they seek, which is the primary reason they immigrate to US. So create the businesses and so they can have better lives. I mean, it's easy. So crying over it, just filming yourself and crying just kind of shows your commitment to your own ego. But I get it. That's a Hollywood thing. So that's your solution. And finally, I've never seen a video of you crying over the 400,000 children who were trafficked over the border in the last 4 years. I mean, you would have a better reason to cry over that.
I am just watching Selena Gomez cry for the illegal immigrants. These celebrity hacks, they see things on TikTok or Instagram or social media, and they're so stupid and ill-informed that they sit there and cry because criminal aliens, rapists, and murderers are being deported back to their country of origin. She's lucky that they don't get hung by their toenails. We're just sending them home, Selena. And the fact that you're defending rapists and murderers just shows how stupid you are. God help you. Bless your heart.
Selena Gomez, let me explain something to you oh so quickly. And I told myself I was going to calm down and chill out and be a cool voice of reason on this app, but you people make it really hard. Your people, you're not from Mexico, number one. You were born in Texas, one of the greatest states here in the United States of America. You are afforded rights and privileges that these immigrants do not have. And need I remind you, they are illegal. They broke the law. And most of the criminals, violent criminals who are being taken out of this state, they're not even from Mexico. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, some of them are, and yes, Mexico is receiving deportees back because, again, they broke the law. But to go online crying, put a Mexican flag and say, "My people, I'm so sorry," that's a little dramatic if you ask me, right? Do celebrities literally, like, you guys don't need the clout, okay? You are very well off. You have made millions and millions of dollars. Do you just go online and look up trending topics and go, let me sympathize with what's going crazy right now? Where was your outrage for the 400,000 missing children on the border? Where was your outrage for the women and children getting completely taken advantage of and raped on the border? Where was your outrage for Aurora, Colorado? Where is your outrage for North Carolina and LA when billions and billions of dollars of our taxpayer money is going to illegal immigrants who are not even citizens of this country? Get a grip, and I'm glad you took that video down because you knew what was coming for you. And any ounce of research would have told you that was wrong and it wasn't going to look good.
I love the one clip with the lady saying that the DEI people will be taking these jobs because I can close my eyes and visualize Corinne Jean-Pierre out there picking strawberries in the field, and this just makes me happy. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button for your boy. Consider subscribing to the channel, help it grow. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.